Welcome back, folks. It's Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night. We talk about what's happening in the world of club rugby. Well, we went through some phases a few weeks ago. You remember there was training phases, a first 4-week phase, and then, of course, a second 4-week phase of the return to training and return to play. And then after that, the club started playing a couple of fixtures. And slowly, we've been just trying to stay connected to the clubs, trying to find out how things are going at a club level, and if the clubs have been able to reach out to their players and keep them motivated and basically keep them interested in being members of the club, so to speak. But that's, of course, the drive that clubs are doing at the moment. They're finding all sorts of different ways to stay in touch with their players, even in the absence of games. Eitner Truter is from Goodwood Rugby Football Club. They've been driving things behind the scenes, and Eitner is back. Eitner, how are things there with you?
Lekker, man, lekker. Excited to have a good run behind ourselves. Let's hope for the best going forward.
Yeah, so we are of course waiting all the announcements, and everybody in the world is hoping for the best on a daily basis and so on. But you guys were very active over the 18-month period. In the last year and a half, under these terrible circumstances, you still took the initiative to redesign, to restructure, to re-engage with your old boys and your members.
Yes, absolutely. I think, like I said, we had a good run and we were very fortunate. We managed to employ a very, very active coaching staff, and them in conjunction with the Goodwood old boys, I think, formed a very good team. We managed to recruit some nice players. Yeah, and with the preseason and with the friendlies, everything went well. I was actually surprised with the condition of the players. Everything was very good.
Eitner, but just give us a rundown of the type of, I mean, if you guys look at Goodwood, you've got a very rich history of the old boy structure at Goodwood.
Yes, we do, and we're very fortunate, and we've got some big names within our group. And I think the results is evident. The guys are pulling their weight. They're really supporting the club. They're really getting involved into the club rugby scene in terms of assisting the coaching staffs, recruiting players. So yeah, we're very, very fortunate. The old boy structures have been running now for about 7 years, and we've built it into a formidable entity. So yeah, the future is looking very bright with this combination between coaching staff for the club scene and in conjunction with the old boys fraternity. Yeah, good things to come.
Did you when you reached out to the old boy structure, did you give them various ways to get involved with the club in terms of saying, guys, join the get back involved and give us some input on coaching, or give us an input on what the clubhouse walls colors must be, or tell us about the jersey?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the intention was always for the old boys to assist the club management in building the club to where it used to be a couple of years back. I think what made it easier now is that the old boys took over the club management, so the integration there between the club and the old boys are a lot easier. The club always, the old boys always supported the renovations at the club. They always threw some funds at the club to make things looking a bit better. And within the old boys group, obviously we've got some names there that's played provincial rugby before, and they will be assisting the coaching staff going forward as well with some technical advice on that grounds. Yeah.
Is it also a question in today's club environment in the world of sport of trying to find the balance between the old generation and the new generation and get minds to come together?
I think that's a critical point. I think the guys in the old boy structure have got so much experience, and to let that go to waste would be crucial. I think it's critical that those guys maintain the involvement, stay involved. And the youngsters have got so much to learn from these guys. Obviously the dynamics of rugby has changed, but I still believe that the previous generation's got a lot more to offer.
So tell us a little bit about that friendly period that you had, Eitner. You had a couple of weeks there where you were able to play a few friendlies. What we saw with most of the clubs was that during that phase, they picked games where the neighbours were close, so that they didn't have to travel too far, and they were able to play a couple of friendlies. And we actually ended up seeing quite a few derby matches even without spectators. But just the fact that the players were able to get back on the field and put their boots on and play a bit of rugby, that was a great time.
Yeah, no, definitely. JP, it was exciting times. Obviously, it had its challenges. The whole COVID compliance structure made things a lot more difficult than we expected. But above that, getting back onto the park and seeing the smiles on the youngsters' faces, that changes everything. We had 4 good friendlies against Unimil and Hamilton. We started off with a bang, choosing two high-ranked sides. And it went well. It went very, very well. We went and we played Primrose and Langa at home, um, guys within our own league, and then we could have matched up against teams with our own caliber. And yeah, there were shining stars. There were obviously room for improvement, a lot of room for improvement that we planned on attending to going forward. And then COVID struck again. But yeah, I think the structures are there, the excitement is there, the guys want to get back onto the park, so I think we're going to have a good time going forward.
Just on a final question, Eitner, it must of course be a heartwarming feeling to know that a Goodwood Rugby Club is able to bring players to the field during these difficult times when I think a lot of people are very miserable about the fact that they can't interact, they have no social engagement, and yet they are in this case able to belong to a club structure and get on a field and take their minds off some of the negativities around COVID. The positivity around being able to be a club structure is something that must be heartwarming for you guys.
Yeah, I think we're extremely blessed. There's a lot of clubs that couldn't manage what we did in this short period of time. All props to the coaching staff, management teams that worked well together, getting all regulations and all the COVID compliance scenarios in place. But yeah, blessed, very, very blessed to be managed to get 4 games, 4 pre-season games, friendly games on the go, and together with Western Province Rugby Union, obviously everything went well.
Eitner, we'll leave it at that, and we say to you and everybody out there, stay safe. We look forward to catching up again soon.
Thank you, JP. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Eitner. There we go, folks. Eitner Truter, the chairperson of Goodwood Rugby Football Club, and yeah, great to see what the clubs are doing, staying connected, using their old boys structures to stay connected and getting the old boys involved in their club structures. Well, folks, of course, as you know, we await further announcements from the world of sport, and we will see what comes next. Of course, in the meantime, we will remind all of you that if you are out there, please pay attention to all of the health and safety protocols. Remember, it is, of course, important for you to continue practicing social distancing. Remember to keep washing your hands. And, of course, remember to wear that mask. And just a reminder to wear this mask in the right manner. The mask must cover your mouth and your nose. So please, when you put the mask on, do not put it halfway. Rather, put it all the way. Folks, and that is a wrap from us this evening, and we will say to all of you, stay safe, and we will see you again next week, same time, same place. A fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.